This is our little girl, one we've been calling Carrie. And Carrie is going to be going to her new home today. So I thought I'd just kind of show you some of the preparations that we do when a puppy is going home. So she's going to go into the sink now that we have.
Bath.
And this is our, obviously our Cavalier sink. She won't really know what's going on. And the procedure for bathing is actually pretty simple for a puppy. Don't have to worry about mats in the coat or any tangles that would develop. That's something that happens with older dogs. So with a young puppy, we just wet her down with warm water with a nice forceful stream so it gets into the undercoat. Then we lather her up with shampoo and we rinse her off thoroughly. She got a dab of shampoo on her, and now we're going to just build up a nice lather and let it clean her coat. And it helps to rub with your fingernails so that you get into the undercoat and clean her up very nicely. Don't forget the ears, don't forget under the belly, don't forget under her tail. Most of the shampoos you get are concentrated so that all you need is a very small dab of it. So first we want to get the temperature of the water just right. You don't want it too hot to scald her skin. You don't want it too cold to make her feel uncomfortable. Meanwhile, you might notice I keep the feeding dishes over on the side of the sink there so that they're handy when I have to feed the dogs. And I think she might smell a little bit of residue of food that was left on there because she's sniffing over there like, ooh, this is good. So she's being a very good girl.
She's being excellent.
No crying, no excessive wiggling. Now that she's all done, we wrap her up in a towel and we let her stay in that towel, probably in our laps, for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes to let the towel soak up a lot of the moisture. And then we'll do the final touches with a hairdryer. Hello, little girl. How's my puppy? Oh, you poor little thing. Oh, poor little thing. And finally we get the dryer to finish the process. Use a regular hair dryer, but be careful not to use the hottest setting on the dryer. You can use a forceful stream of air, but you want to make sure that it's on the warm rather than the hot setting, because hot setting on most dryers is a bit too much for a dog. We start out with young puppies just using the low speed on the fan. We want puppies to become accustomed to the dryer and not be scared of it. Well, she's not quite dry, but we don't need to have her bone dry in order to let her rest for a while. She'll air dry the rest of the way. We have a nice warm spot over by the fire, and we'll put her in a crate all by herself. And she will finish the process and be all ready to go to her new owners later today. Of course, everybody else is kind of curious about what's going on here. We put a little plush toy in there for her so she would feel like she had company, and she's very effectively using it as a pillow. But she's staying nice and warm right next to a roaring fire. Well, our little girl is all primped up and ready to go. I've been calling her Carrie, but her new owners will be calling her Finley. So, Finley, I'm going to say goodbye to you. And this is your new mommy. This is Sarah. Okay, so we just have some papers to go through, and then she will be on her way to her new home in Massachusetts.
Yes, yes.
Bye.